So. Yeah. Was this meeting? Oh, okay. 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 All right. Here we go. Everybody ready? Did the side say he was coming or not? No, he's not. Okay. All right. So we got. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the Wayne County Zoological Authority to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Turpie is excused. Commissioner Marecki?
Here.
Mr. Katz?
Here.
Mr. Morrow is excused. Chair Bell?
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Okay. Very good. Next item, please.
Approval of the minutes of the June 22nd, 2026 meeting.
Moved and supported for the meeting minutes of the June 22nd meeting. Any questions, deletions, corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Next item.
There is no unfinished business, so we're moving to new business item D1, which is approval of a resolution for the levy and collection of the millage and the 2026 tax rate request form.
Okay. Do you need to speak to this, Scott, at all? Yes, please. So every year, of course, we have the millage and resolution language for the millage. This is by law that we have to do it on today, which is why we're here on this special meeting today, because we had to do it by the end of this month. So here we are to just go over and make sure that the tax rate request form is what we have here, as well as the resolution for the levy of the taxes, which we have here as well. Do you want to speak briefly on this, Scott?
Good morning, Scott Van Mergel, Director of Assessment and Equalization. The matter regarding the prospective millage for the zoo was handled a month or in June. Anyway, this millage request is for the 2026 tax year. So this would affect the 12/1/26 in a couple months from now, winter tax bills. And this is the second to last levy of the existing millage. So the millage authorization at this very moment is for this year and for next year. So this will complete the levy of this is just perfunctory business. This will complete the levy of the existing millage authorization for this year, and then there's one remaining. Nothing out of the ordinary. The millage has been reduced according to the Headley is called for all millages. It's just standard business and no real surprises or any modifications or anything like that. This is just a continuation of the status quo. It's just giving legal authorization to make that become into effect.
Okay, very good. And as we know, the zoo is going out for renewal millage in November. So then that'll affect going forward the next year's taxes if that should get approved in November. But this is for 2026. Any questions on this? Moved by Mr. Katz, supported by Commissioner Marecki. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Not ayes have it. All right, next item, please.
This item is a discussion with Attorney Aretha Glover Bohannon of Lewis and Monday, PC, regarding the small business taxpayer exemption distributions.
Okay, so it came to our attention a little while ago that there is something that the state of Michigan offers small business tax exemption distributions where agencies, or should I say authorities, such as the Zoo Authority and the Arts Authority can get funds from the state, extra funds. So we wanted to get a little bit more discussion as to what that means and if we're eligible and how much we would get. Ms. Glover Bohan doesn't have all those answers, but she is here to start the excuse me, start the conversation and to see just a little bit more details of what it is and what it means to us as the Zoological Authority.
Thank you. Aretha Glover Bohannon from the law firm of Lewis and Monday PC. We were hired and retained as counsel in the end of August of 2025 for the authority. We did research the small business taxpayer exemption distributions. We've made an initial assessment that yes, you are eligible, but it's still up to the Treasury Department as to whether they will issue those funds. We've had discussions with the Treasury Department about the application. We submitted the application. The last we heard from them was that we would have to wait until the beginning of August to find out as to whether they would actually distribute the funds. Once they decide whether they will or will not distribute the funds, then they may come back with additional questions. So I have requested those, what we believe those additional questions will be, like confirmation of the EIN, confirmation of who the officers are, those basic items. So then if they do not do the distribution, we may have to escalate our conversations with them in order to get them to push the funds through.
Do you know how much dollars we're speaking of roughly? Is it a percent of the amount collected?
They were anticipating maybe 1%, maybe more. They weren't clear on how they were going to make that assessment, even though we did ask those questions. So I'm thinking that from what we've researched, that it's a pool of funds, and then they're going through based upon how many people apply as to how they're going to distribute it.
Okay. And what can they be used for?
What they were telling us was that, oh, you can use them for operating funds. Now, we did ask them for additional documentation to substantiate that because it's not clear in the statute.
Yeah.
And so we are waiting to receive that information. They said they normally send it out when they issue the check.
Okay. Okay. Commissioner Marecki?
It's 1% of the funds that they're talking about
Yes,
for small business. So the zoo is considered a small business.
it is.
Okay. All right. So you don't know what that
I don't
large
know what the pool
pool is. Okay.
especially with the some of the changes in the political climate.
Mhm.
Funds that were there and available before had been pulled back.
So some of the funds were federal funds?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And I'm going to go back just for clarity. Those, let's say we get a check.
Mhm.
Where does it go? Do we give it to the zoo? Does it stay to the Wayne County Zoo Authority for us to operate? Who's operating expenses?
When we submitted the application, we submitted the application under the authority's name.
Okay.
So then it will be the operating funds for the authority, and then the authority could distribute portions of those funds to the zoo or however your budget calls for.
So we have an auditor that we pay for, legal counsel. So those funds can go to replenish those costs.
Currently, as what they have provided us verbally,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay.
Now, again, they may have different documentation that they may send through with the check that may alter what I'm saying.
Okay, okay. And how much does it say here? So 61 million? Am I reading that right? I'm looking up here. Yeah, I'm not gonna, okay, I'm not even getting that. So we have a nice amount that we're sending over to the zoo for this year's taxes. As Scott mentioned earlier this year when we did our assessment reports, our property values have increased. Therefore, the amount that's going to the Arts Authority and the Zoo Authority have increased, which is great for those institutions. And if we get these funds, again, that can help offset some of the costs that we as an authority pay to operate. And then if we wanted, as we do our operating, if there's more, we could send over to the zoo for additional money. And I know they did have a request in for us for lions, tigers. Spears, I know. Oh my. They did. I have a small request that the zoo did ask the county and the city for like $100,000 for some upkeep things with one of the habitats. So if we should get that money, that's something that maybe then we could turn over to them if it's that much money. Again, we don't know how much we're talking or if we're even talking. So what are our next steps?
If you guys can let me know by the end of this week if you've received a check from them, then we'll be fine because you'll have the check and you'll have the instructions. If
Okay.
you don't have the check, then I'll follow back up with them and then they're going to request additional documentation.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Any questions? Questions? Okay. Very good. Any other information you have for us?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming today. We appreciate that update. And I think, again, this is a similar conversation that the Arts Authority is having amongst their board as well, because I think they applied for it too. Again, we don't know how big the pool is, but everyone who knows about it, I guess, is applying for it. And we'll see if we are able to get those funds. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Motion to receive and file?
That's a discussion.
Okay, it's a discussion. We don't need to receive and file. I was just told. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Such other matters. Any additional matters for us? Anything? The zoo, as you heard over the weekend yesterday, had a little derailment of the train. Yeah, it was going in the back and no patrons were hurt, but a couple of staff did have minor injuries. So the train is offline for a little bit while they figure out what happened. I never heard of a derailment at I don't know. Yeah. So it was under investigation to see how that occurred so that doesn't happen again. But luckily no customers were affected by that and there's minor injuries to the employees. Think that's all the update that I have on the zoo matters. Sunset at the zoo was a success again this year. There's a lot going on that night. There was a lot going on that night. So I don't think the traffic was as heavy as it usually is. But I think it was still a success and that we'll get numbers when we have our board meeting. All right. Anything else? It was a bunch of stuff going on that night. So all right. Any additional questions, comments? Good of the body? All right. Is there public comments? Public comments. Anyone on Zoom? Public comments?
There's no one on Zoom.
Okay. Staff. Okay. All right. Next item.
Adjourn.
All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you, Rachel. We appreciate you coming down today. Thank you. We'll just stay tuned. All right. Controversial? I don't. Take care. This is on, right? Yeah, there.
Yeah.
We're
Still
on
on
Zoom.
Zoom.
Okay. Yes. So yeah.
Yeah, he did that point. Like, no, he asked a few people.
At least 80. I don't think I had one more that I lost my email.
I think I've seen it.
This another one that came over the weekend.
Oh, today?